The second kind of tool is pre-checks, or maybe this will come last. Let me talk about this first.
And one more question, one more question.
Yeah.
Quick one. And usually the SFW5 transaction enabling the business functions is given access to the functional consultants, or it is a basis step?
It is a basic stuff. Normally, it is not accessed. Even here also, when you are talking about maintenance planner, pre-check, custom code check, this is something you are not supposed to do as a functional consultant. It will be done by your basis itself. Even the custom code check, pre-checks, everything is part of basis. Only thing is, if something goes wrong, for example, if they come to you that, okay, this particular business function is creating the problem. So you need to understand, okay, this business function is related to what, and you need to tell the client, okay, this is a problem and this business function, this particular function.
Exactly, because once a business function, once you run the tool, it may tell you, ECC, you're not using a business partner, but S4HANA, we need a business partner. It will give you some message like that, and basis guy is not going to convince the sales side of the customer client, and we as a functional consultants, we need to tell them, okay, this is what we need to do, changes in the metal custom master, and on the metal ledger side of metal master like that, we need to consult in the preparation stage of the business, right?
Right, definitely. Okay. Now coming to, we understood from the standard business processes point of view how we are going to check which of the standard business processes will be impacted. Now coming to very importantly, custom code, because normally standard business processes point of view, SAP already provides you a lot of information that this particular, even if you go generic, then also you know a lot of things that, okay, these are the things which are not going to be supported and all. But custom codes are always client specific, right? You may have the custom codes which are different from client to client. So this is very important, and the customers who have already invested a lot of amount, a lot of time in making sure that these custom codes are available for them to use the reports, forms, or whatever it is, they're definitely not going to be really interested in wasting any of their effort by saying that, okay, this is not going to be supported. So that is the reason you need to run this tool well in advance in ECC itself to provide the complete information of what are the different custom objects available, and out of which are going to work as it is, and which are going to be, which needs adjustment before they can be used in SAP S4. Okay, so as I told you, if you want to perform the custom code check, you need to first of all download the simplification database from SAP portal. So this is a place, if I click on this, this will take me this one, download the simplification database from SAP, but you require the user ID and password. User ID and password, that is also not the consultant one that we have, but the company's user ID and password to download this particular thing from Service Marketplace. Okay, so you will be downloading this particular thing. It will be available in the zip file. You need to unzip it, and finally you need to upload it to your current ECC system. Now again, SAP normally suggests, again this is something technical, to create a separate copy of your ECC system. This is definitely a suggested approach. So before you perform the actual conversion on your production system, it is suggested or recommended by SAP to perform some test conversions. Now this test conversion doesn't mean you convert your development system to SAP S4. That is not something which I'm talking about. I'm talking about create a copy of production system, because whatever data is available in the production system, that is also important. You need to verify whether my current data which is available in the production system, is it performing well? Is it migrating correctly? Because if you perform the test conversion on data, or the development on quality, they don't have the same data which is available on the production. So when we are talking about the test migration, it must be done on the production data copy. It should be all the data which is available in the production, it should be copied into one system, and you should perform this particular things in the test conversion in that copy of production system itself. Okay, so before you perform these checks on your production system, it will be good if you do these things in the production copy. Okay, anyways, so you need to download the simplification database, you need to upload the simplification database into your SAP system, and then you need to run a report which will provide you the complete information of the impacted custom objects. So what it will give you, it will tell you, okay, for example, you have written some code, custom code, which was, let's say, a report, which was taking the data from MARC. So now when system will perform this report, it will show you a error that this report is impacted, and it will give you the error message, the reason for that. So it will say MARC is not storing this result, for example, and see SAP note. Every time when it will throw error, it will tell you to check a SAP note. If you go to that SAP note, it will tell you this is related to this particular table. This is MARC, which is not supported. And in order to make the changes, please perform this adjustments. Okay. Not only that. Now let's say, for example, there are 100 custom objects, and out of that 100 objects, 25 objects are in error. They require the adjustment. Now, many times we see in the industry that many Z reports are created. Maybe they were being used earlier, but they are not being used now. So this particular tool will also give you the frequency of use. So for example, if SAP has identified 25 RASF objects which are impacted, it will also tell you what is the frequency of these objects, so that you can concentrate on the reports or Z objects which are very critical to the business. So for example, out of the 25 reports from last 1 year, 10 reports are not being used at all. So you can keep it as a last priority. Or maybe you don't need to perform any adjustments. You can completely avoid that because this is something which was not used from years. Right? So in short, it will tell you what is the problem. It will tell you to refer the SAP note in order to solve that problem. We understood KONV, if you remember. So KONV was available earlier, which has been replaced with PRCD_elements. Similarly, it will throw the error. It will say KONV is not having any data. Please refer this SAP note. If you go to that SAP note, it will tell you, okay, KONV has been replaced with this. Download this correction file, which will tell you what are the adjustments required. Directly, you can copy that code wherever you are written from KONV. You will be writing some other code, and the report will work. So it is like SAP is also going to provide you the solution, not only the problem. It is also going to tell you what exactly is the adjustment required. Now, when are you going to perform this adjustment? It is up to the priority. So some of the adjustments maybe you need in ECC itself. Customer will say, as soon as I move to SAP S4, I'm going to use these reports. So in that case, you may need to do these changes in ECC itself. But again, the problem is, if you are doing in ECC, okay, it may be PRCD elements is not available at all. So there are some of the reports that you can only perform the adjustments in SAP S4, while there are some kind of RASF objects that you can do the corrections in ECC itself. But normally, most of the corrections are done directly in SAP S4.
Gaurav question. This is Vijay again. This maintenance planner and custom code checker, we can run only the one-step process, or even we can use it in this two-step process. Like earlier example, client is on 4.7, and can we run this maintenance planner and custom code checker on 4.7 and see the deltas, what is missing, what is they're losing, or it needs to be on the ECC only?
There is no point, because as I told you, maintenance planner and custom code, this one, they are available from the 1610 point of view, right? As I told you, the simplification database for 1511, 1610 is completely different. So if you are running the maintenance planner report for 1610 vis-a-vis 4.7, there is no benefit, because you are not going to perform that upgradation at all.
Oh, that means when we do the first step from 4.7 to ECC, then we need to run the maintenance plan and custom code in ECC in order to see the deltas between ECC and S4HANA, right?
No. When you are running on 4.7, in that case, the maintenance planner will be available for 4.7 vis-a-vis 6.0.
Oh, okay. Okay. So that means we need to run twice. One is between 4.7 and 6.0, and another one is from 6.0 to S4HANA.
Yes, again, see, when we are saying maintenance planner, we know that this is a tool which is available in SAP S4. But in terms of ECC 4.7 to 6.0, I am not sure whether the same maintenance planner is used or there is some other tool, because this is something which I think it is available from last 10 years, right? 4.7 to 6.0. There must be some tools which they are using. May not be called with the same name, but the purpose is going to be same.
Okay, so basically this maintenance planner and custom code checker is only for the S4HANA. That means we can run only starting from 6.0. Okay,
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, coming to the pre-checks now. So as I told you, pre-checks is a check report which checks whether all the preparation activities are performed or not. Even whether the maintenance planner has been checked or not, whether the custom code analyzer simplification database has been done or not, whether your customers, vendors have been converted or into business partners or not, all these things will be checked in the pre-check report. In short, it will check the system whether it is ready to go to the installation phase or not. So from the preparation point of view, if you have completed the activities, then only this will be positive and you can move ahead. So maintenance planner must be executed before running the pre-checks. Why? Because system will check that whether the maintenance planner has created a log file or not. Okay, so because the pre-check reports requires a stack.xml as an input. Stack.xml is a output file which gets generated from maintenance planner, which tells the system what kind of standard processes are supported. Okay, so in order to run the pre-check report, again, before you run the pre-check report, you need to implement this SAP note, and then only the next step, the report r_s4_pre_transition checks will be available, and all these things you are going to do in client 000, which is I think, what is it called? 000 is what? It is not a golden client. It is from the technical point of view, this is a client that we normally use. Okay, so you need to run this report in client 000 to find out whether you are okay to move ahead for the conversion or not. Okay, so if it is throwing errors, what kind of errors it will be? You are not performed the maintenance planner, you are not performed the custom code analyzer, you are not converted your customers or vendors into the business partners. From finance point of view, maybe there is a reconciliation issue between FI and CO. So all these checks are performed during this pre-check report. Once this is performed and once it is saying okay to go ahead, then you can go for the last tool, which is Software Update Manager, which will be the tool that is going to upgrade your current system from ECC 6.0 to SAP S4. So again, if you want to use Software Update Manager, maintenance planner must be executed, same thing. SUM is a main tool used to convert your system to SAP S4HANA on-premise, and as I told you, the last thing, if your source system is not yet running on SAP HANA database, even if you are not on HANA database, you can use the database migration option of Software Update Manager to migrate your database to SAP HANA during the conversion. So there is a DMO option, database migration option. If you use that, it will not only convert your application to SAP S4, but it will also convert your database to SAP HANA database. Okay, so these are the different tools that we'll be using, your technical team will be using to convert your existing ECC system to SAP S4HANA system. Now, once these things are available, once all these things are done, your installation is done, then your task will start. Which task? To perform the data configuration, data migration, and post-migration activities, which are available in the cockpit, as I shown you in the SPRO, migration to SAP S4HANA Finance. There are a lot of activities from finance point of view, from logistics point of view, or maybe we can call it a joint responsibility. Who is going to take care of that? That is something which you need to decide as a team, because FI consultants are also capable of doing that, material ledger and credit management. Normally, they are the only ones because there are a lot of dependencies. I'll show you, we discuss about all that. But in short, once you complete these two activities, preparation and installation, then you can move ahead and you can go further to the data configuration, data migration, and post-migration activities. So today we just got the overview, but still from the preparation point of view, there is very important activity that we need to see, right? Conversion of customers and vendors into the business partner, and that too in ECC system. Okay, so that is something which we'll be discussing. But before that, as I told you, there are some practical sessions which are pending from credit management, rebate processing, and MRP Live. Once we complete that, then we will proceed towards the conversion of the customers and vendors into the business partners, the practical session, how exactly are we going to convert our existing ECC customers and vendors into business partners. Yeah, any questions?
Yeah, Gaurav, this all the tools what you are talking, you are applying to this production, but basically the upgradation starts from development, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Or we will go directly applying this one in the production, what it is exactly?
No, this particular upgradation you need to perform in each and every system separately. Okay. You cannot move this through the transports, because this is a technical upgrade, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it depends.
Basically the reference of the tools will be from the production, because the actual data will be in the production.
Exactly. That is the reason I told you, before you do in the development and quality, it is always good to perform the test conversion on the production data.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
See, I'll tell you how you will do it. Obviously, first of all, you will copy the production system into the test environment without any transports. Okay. You will perform all these things. The test migration completely, end-to-end migration you'll perform there to get the feel like whether everything is going fine or not. Once you are comfortable, you will start with development system. You will upgrade your development system. Okay. Because after the installation, you also need to perform the Delta configuration. This Delta configuration you cannot do directly in production, right?
Correct.
Delta configuration has to go from development to quality and then to production. So first you are going to upgrade your test system, then you are going to upgrade your development system, then quality system, and finally production system. But the activities like the preparation activities you are going to directly do in production, like for example conversion of customers and vendors into the business partners, that has to be done in production separately, right? The Delta configuration will move from your development system to quality to the production, and then the data migration and post migration activities will be directly doing in your production system.
So ideally, we need to have I think ideally we need to have a development test system copy from production, right? Because if the business is running on ECC, they can't disturb their development system and quality system because there may be some support activities going on, and they may have to have a clone of production as a development and test system also, right?
So it is obviously a better idea to have a completely new system. New system is completely separate, independent clone. Yeah, out of the landscape.
Exactly. We need to have a separate landscape which has at least two systems in it, which is one as a copy of ECC production, and use those two systems in that separate standalone landscape.
Not two systems, one system. Why you need to? One system is enough. The copy of production system, that is enough.
Correct. Yeah. Right.
And practically this maintenance planner and custom code checker, I think they will help the project to decide the timeline and task and like a project plan, right? Because it's once a S4HANA is bought, the customer there's no way he can go back. I don't want to implement S4HANA because they paid for it. And the only thing is, once we run these two tools, we will know the extent of work, how much what is the project timelines and things like that, right?
No. Even before, like you don't need to purchase SAP S4HANA to perform these activities, maintenance planner, pre-checks and all. This can be done directly in your ECC system before purchasing SAP S4.
Right? At the pre-sale time itself, some salesmen from SAP, they can come and run these checks, and then they can tell, okay, these are all the deltas you're going to lose, and are you okay and ready to buy, right?
Yes, exactly. This can be treated as an evaluation project, like what will be the impact on, what will be the benefits and impacts for a particular customer, so that he can decide whether to go for it or not.
Okay. Usually in the traditional projects, preparation is once a project is kicked off, they start the preparation like a blueprinting, getting the team on board and all that. And this is a pre-sale activity. We're running these two tools.
I'll not say as a pre-sale activity, but this is just to evaluate. See, even when you go for any new kind of project, you evaluate the customer system first before you provide any solution, right? So you are evaluating the system, and you are not. Even in ECC also, you must be knowing that there are a lot of customers, before they decide to go for any implementation, they ask they hire the companies to create the business blueprint for them, and then only they decide whether to go ahead or not.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. Any other questions before we stop today?
So next class will be as usual, Saturday, Sunday, same time, Gaurav?
There is one change again on Saturday. I have the problem. I think this is the first batch where we are facing all this kind of issues. So Saturday I'm not there, but Sunday I'll take 1 extra hour. So I'll ask Krishna to arrange 1 hour before. Like normally we start at 8:30 IST, and I'll ask Krishna to arrange on Sunday at 7:30 IST.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Saturday there's no class for sure, right?
Yes, this Saturday I'm traveling, so I'll not be able to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so if no questions, we can close. Please proceed if you have any questions.
One last question, Gaurav.
Yeah.
For these 1610 and all the new versions, is any best practice systems available in the market, or they didn't build the best practice yet?
It is available in the solution. Yes. In the solution manager, it is available. I told you when we talked about the SAP Activate, I provided some of the links to you, if you remember, from the Activate methodology point of view.
Okay. Yeah, one of my friends started last week a new project in Chicago, and he started a project on 1705. And he says completely Fiori and there's no configuration chance. Is that true? And we can't customize, configure anything. And this, he says all the standard configuration they need to use. Is that true on 1705?
1705.
Yes.
It means the future version which is expected, right?
Yeah, that's already in, it seems. And he started a project. He's a finance guy. He's working on a financial client, and he started this week. And he said there is no option for configuring anything. It's a standard configuration they need to use.
No. See, if you're talking from the best practices point of view, even in 1610, SAP has provided the pre-configured system which we can copy directly. Like we were doing in ECC. Like in ECC also, we are not creating everything from scratch. We were directly copying the company code and processing with that, right? Using the best practices.
Yes.
So here also, in 1610 also, same thing is available. That is one thing. Now coming to 1705, I think the 1705 is not for your as total S/4HANA. 1705 is a version which is available on Simple Finance.
Yeah, he is a finance guy, and the client is also a finance consult.
Exactly. So 1705 must be finance, because if you see the finance trend, see S/4HANA trends work like this: 1511, 1610. Now we are expecting 1710 from on-premise point of view.
Okay.
Right. When you go to Simple Finance, it is 1503, 1605, and now 1705.
Okay. So, but if it is a simple finance, why can't they do configuration, further configuration? It's not available, or?
No. Definitely that will be required. What he means to say is, you don't need to start everything from scratch. You can copy the best practices. See, I'll give you one example. If you remember the Activate session we discussed, if you are my customer and I am coming to your place to show you how exactly SAP system works, okay. So normally, if I want to do the same thing in ECC, I used to configure all the system. I need to configure the, I need to create the master data, and then only I can show you the transactions, right? But now in SAP S/4HANA, SAP has provided the pre-configured trial version. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So that trial version can be used to, even the master data is available. You just need to do the transactions. I think that is something he's talking about. He's not talking about the configuration for the new system. He's talking about the trial system which is available, or IDS system which is available, where you don't need to configure anything. It is already available.
Yeah,